Mike Florio from Pro Football Talk with his thoughts on Jim Schwartz potentially wanting out of Cleveland.
I'd like to think they're smart enough to envision the possibility that the guy's going to want out. And it could be the calculation is, you know what? Our defense is driven by players, not scheme. We'll find another coordinator. We need to fix our offense, which clearly is not driven by players nor scheme.
You said the Browns. Did you just say the Browns are smart enough to figure it out? Did you say that?
I'd like to think they're smart enough to figure out that if we don't promote Jim Schwartz, he's going to want to leave. I think they're smart enough to figure that out. Although I could see Jimmy Haslam saying, well, he is under contract through 2026. So what? He don't want to be there now. You got a problem. You're going to have to let him go. You're going to have to release him from his contract. And Michael, why do you want him there? His mere presence is going to undermine Todd Monken because everybody knows he was one of the finalists. So the defense is going to line up behind Schwartz. The offense presumably is going to line up behind Monken. But if I'm Todd Monken, I don't want Jim Schwartz in the locker room. There's a new sheriff in town, and his name is Todd Monken.
Let's welcome in Lance Reisland from Plain Dealer, cleveland.com. Lance, we kind of alluded to that very thing yesterday, and I think it's accurate.
Oh, there's no question about it. The idea when I've said this since Stefanski was fired, the idea of him coming back is very, very minimal if he's not the head coach. I will also say this about Jim Schwartz is that you hire guys for performance-based stuff, and Monken did a great job, and I think Monken deserves a shot. Schwartz also did a great job with the Browns defense over the last few years. And when you pass him up, you made the decision, and you're right. And I will say this. Schwartz doesn't want to be there. Monken doesn't want that, nor does Schwartz. These guys, there's only one of 32, and coaches are, I won't say loyal to each other, but they are loyal to the business. And Schwartz doesn't want that. Schwartz doesn't want that for Monken. Monken does not want that for Schwartz because when things go bad, which they will on offense because they're going to be young, it's going to divide a split. The split is going to be the defense is going to be killing it again, and the offense is going to struggle. And then everybody's going to say, well, you should have hired this guy. And it's just a recipe for disaster. And, I've had people say, well, he's under contract. You don't want that in football. That's a toxic environment. If you don't want somebody there, player, coach, you got to let him go because football's hard enough. And the bottom line is you fired Kevin Stefanski. This is the ripple effect of it. I said it the day after that the likelihood of this Browns defense being what it was is over as well. And it doesn't mean a new guy can't do it, but the idea that this will be the same when it comes to different guys, I disagree. The front-level guys will always be okay, whatever scheme, but these second-level guys were brought in scheme specific. So it's a big problem right now and something Todd Monken doesn't deserve.
Yeah, and when you think about it, you just – get the guys that fit the new scheme. Well, you can't do that because your offense needs so much rebuilding. And I'm with you. I think the minute Jim Schwartz is not your defensive coordinator, your defense is kind of middle of the pack, waiting to see what the scheme is and how the players that you have fit the scheme.
Well, yeah, it is. And I've had somebody say to me, Coach, doesn't somebody else run a pressure scheme? Yes, other teams run a four-man. Not a lot of teams run the wide nine anymore like he does, but there are pressure fronts. There are man coverage teams. But it's also the situational experience and the situational knowledge and the situational feel. Red zone, coming out, 1st and 10, 3rd and medium, when to blitz, when not to blitz. These are all feel things that a coach has and that an old-school coach has like Schwartz. You can't undervalue how important Jim Schwartz was to this defense. And when people say, well, it was an average defense, I will argue that it was an average defense at times because of the offense and the special teams. It's a complementary game, and the other guys have to do their part too. And if the Browns had a good offense and a solid average special teams, that defense would have been really, really good. So, yeah, the idea of losing Schwartz, no matter what happens now, I don't think this is something you can come back from. My experience in football is that he's got to go and the Browns got to let him go.